Alrighty, how's everybody doing? There's this over here. And let me see if anybody can actually hear anything. Seems the audio should be fine. Do let me know how the levels are. Footsteps are pretty loud, so let's turn it down a little bit and we shall go from there. Loud and clear. Cool. Glad you like it. Alrighty, Pilsner and Heli Pilot, welcome aboard. How's everybody doing? Starting a few minutes earlier, but you know what? Let's just get going. Okay. So I am already on the edge of pilots. Yes, I am. Good stuff. So let's go ahead and have Jenny get us some fuel. We're November 650 Charlie Lima. So we're departed 3/4. We're going to have 2 crew, 2 passengers. No hassle today.
Of course,
sign it.
I'll get that organized for you right away.
So let's jump on into the aircraft then. Oof, windy day. And those clouds are hitting my... There we go, much better. And should I turn on object shadows? So let me check. 28 frames is what I'm getting right now. Now what if I do this? I want to explain. You don't have to reload scenery for this. Come on. And at 4 frames more. I turn off object shadows. Now, unfortunately, the scenery looks a bit crummy now, but whatever. We'll be looking at the airplane. So, good stuff. Let's get the airplane unlocked and get in. You know the drill. Where do we get custom liveries? Fisher, you can get them from xpilot.com. That is a typical place to find custom liveries. Alrighty. Windy day. Get in the airplane and get everything organized. We're at San Fran. San of the Fran. Let's see how we left the airplane here. Yep. Yeah, it's probably going to yell about the nose door. Hopefully. Yes, there it is.
Nose door.
Alrighty. Quibs. You know the drill. Fire detect.
Jet pipe overheat.
Gotta have that, otherwise it's not a Challenger flight if we don't have a jet pipe overheat at least once. And we want to check for both of the lighty lights for the ambers. Down there they go. Alrighty. Get the APU turning over. And come on. And there we go. AP's almost up to speed. 95 plus 5 seconds. We'll get the avail light. There it is. Switch over to AC display here. Good stuff. Good volts, good frequency. That is one happy APU.
Flight compartment checklist. AC and DC electrics.
So AC was checked. DC 1, 2, 3, 4 TRUs online. Everything that should be powered is powered. These are shut off. That's good. And hockey stick is gone.
Nav lights, logo light.
Nav light on. Logo light. What the hell not?
Cockpit lights.
Got it. Cockpit lights are set.
Lamp test.
Let's go ahead and do that guy. So Lamp test to 1. Lamp test to 2. And you should check also that all your FCP panel lights are coming on. Good stuff.
Duct monitor.
Duct monitor right there.
Bleed air duct.
And loop A and loop B.
FMS database status.
Private sim pilot. Thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hey, so there was a new air rack out just now. So we gotta go swap it over into the active database. I did update just before the flight. So nav8 and air racks are swapped. All 3 boxes, they do crosstalk that change to each other. Yes, good stuff.
FMS flight plan uplink. ATIS.
Alrighty, let's get that flight plan uplinked. Local flight plan recall 5650 is my tail number. And we'll go ahead and grab ATIS on here. Index, data link, ATIS. And we are SFO. Ta-da-da. And send that off.
Anti-skid.
That was quick. There's San Fran. ATIS. Anti-skid and test.
Nose door.
It is armed. Nose door is clear. Actually, as part of that, we're going to go ahead and pull the pins out. Fueler's just arrived, so let's go ahead and pull this guy, this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, and 3. And as part of that stuff, it's depressurized, so it can't actually close it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's about to hook up the hose. Sorry, sir. I shall do a quick pre-flight. Let me check the volumes here. There you go. It is supposed to be loud. Lights are okay. Static wicks are still there. APU is APU in itself. Got the little light up there. Static wicks everywhere. Everything that should be closed off is closed off. And just rattling away. These guys are probably on, but hard to tell. Yeah, they are on. It's just barely blowing.
All right, Captain. Fuel truck
Yep.
is hooked up. Just let me know how much fuel you need.
We need
Or would you like to go
5,000
tank for today?
pounds, according to the flight plan. I'm going to go 5,500. Yeah, 5,500 is what I'm going to take, which means, you know, we'll uplift 2,000 pounds. Which, at this density, is 0.672. About 327 gallons. So we're... Actually, no. Yeah, 327. So we're going to call it 330 gallons.
All right, I'm gonna go start up the pump.
Yep, you do that. I'm going to fire this one up. And as soon as he starts pushing fuel, we're going to go and do the shut-off test quickly. Come on, get there. Hit that dead man switch. There it goes. So now we'll go ahead and push shut-off test here. All valves closed. That's good. Actually going to close this one momentarily here. And I'm going to let this right tank fill up a little bit before the left tank just to balance it back out. We'll give it about 10 seconds worth of fuel until they're about 80 pounds apart. There they go. Good stuff. So now we can open that guy. So both are filling. Good stuff. So hydraulics. So we got the nose door clear.
Hydraulic 3A pump.
So 3A pump is coming on. There goes the nose door.
Brake pressure.
Is checked.
Parking brake.
Squeeze them brakes. Pull the parking brake, green light on.
Nose door.
Is closed.
Hydraulic panel and pumps.
Okay, hydraulic pumps. Number 1A, 1B, 3B, and 2B. And they're all pressurizers in. Let me actually make these larger so you can see more easily. They're pressurizing, so that's all good. So off, auto, on, and auto, everything down basically. That's the way we want it for flight. And the 2 messages here are explainable.
Electric panel.
Is checked.
AC DC utility switch.
Is on.
Start ignition panel.
Is checked.
Fuel panel.
Double smiley check. Out.
APU LCV.
Is open.
10th stage isolation valve.
Open.
Packs.
1. A 2.
Air conditioning panel.
Yes. Norm. Guarded and out. Temps is set. Cabin temperature controls to cabin.
Pressurization panel.
I'll be landing sea level, so down to 0.
Bleed air panel.
Yes, checked. These are pressed out.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel switch.
Is out.
PAL anti-ice switches.
Al's coming on. Hey Vinny, how are you doing?
Anti-ice panel.
So we'll do this test of the windshields, then the detector test. It's detected. And wing overheat.
Wing overheat.
Emergency
Checked.
lights.
Emergency lights are armed.
Passenger signs.
Are gonna be no smoking and seatbelts after
ELT.
fueling. Armed.
Flare shield panel.
Check the master disconnect bar.
Crew and
Refueling
passenger
is
oxygen.
complete, Captain. Do you need anything else?
Actually, I uplifted a little bit more than I need it.
Just one quick signature on here. and I'll be on my way.
Two.
Here's a copy for your records. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. So, crew and passenger oxygen, we've got 1980 or 1890 and left blow emitron, right blow emitron. This is normal.
DCU warning panel.
DC warning panel is guarded and lights are out.
CDR.
Test it.
Audio panels.
Actually, I'm going to be talking on COM 2 initially, so that's switched over. Everything else out is how I want it. Voices on both. Speaker won't make a difference, but sure, we'll turn it on. Mask is on boom. Emergency is to norm. Cool.
SPS system.
SPS system test.
Go, baby.
So we'll get pusher, ignition, and I can disconnect if you ask me to disconnect. Good stuff.
Integrated standby instrument.
Is checked.
Clock.
Reset.
EFIS. ICAS.
EFIS. Okay, we've got no caution flags. The yacht anchor there is explainable. Hydraulics are out. No caution flags. Everything
Main
looking
landing
good.
gear bay overheat.
MLG bay overheat.
Gear bay overheat.
And fail test.
TOS warning switches.
Good. TOS warning switches are guarded and out. And we'll do a quick TOS test.
Pitch and roll
Killer
disconnects.
guy is gone.
Glide slope.
Or stowed and guarded.
Ground
Or
spoilers.
stowed and push
Wind
in and
shear.
stowed.
Wind shear. Wind shear.
Ground spoilers are auto.
Thrust reversers.
Terrain,
Thrust
terrain.
levers.
Arm,
Pull, up.
thrust lowers. All the way through the range.
Engine speed switches.
Are on.
Engine vibration check.
Turn you on. We're looking for amber and vibe.
Oral warning.
Hey, IT Jesus.
Smoke detector.
Smoke detector. There we go. 2 smokes.
Smoke.
Trims. Mock trim.
And we'll do an abbreviated test here of both channels at the same time because I don't have the time for doing it all the way correctly. Okay, and if I push, it should stop, and it does. And I got stamp trim and mouth trim. So both channels are coming back on.
Yacht ampers.
Alright, on, message out.
Reversionary inhibit switches.
Norm, AFCS 1, norm.
IRS.
IRSs are... Alright, let's go to display menu, IRS status, nav, and nav.
CPDLC.
That's what we can do. So we will go ahead and go to Fancy CPDLC. We're going to log on to KUS of A. And there we are.
TCAS.
TCAS. Data link flight plan loaded. That's good. And in fact, we need to go to secondary flight plan, activate it,
TCAS system.
execute it, and we are filed for Ocean 2. Probably we're going to be runway 2 right for departure. I'll confirm that. And arrival was Comics. That's the CPDLC, we'll get to that. Comics via, it should be LAX, shouldn't it? Yes. Should be Comics to LAX. And close the disco there. Execute. Wonderful. We have to have a flight plan in for any revisions to be. Actually, we are cleared as filed. Okay, no big deal. So clear to San Francisco Airport, offshore to Mickey. Then as filed, climb via SID. Except maintain 10,000, expect 390 after 10. Retro frequency 135.1, squawk 6504. That is it for CPDLC. Cool. So let me pull the other box up in here. I can get it all programmed in there. Alrighty, so just to confirm, we are probably going to be runway 28 offshore. No, hang on. Offshore to Mickey. Okay, so that means no transition. Yep, Mickey, Los Angeles, Marvel, Spidey. Yeah, that's the arrival. We're gonna have flight level 1390 was confirmed for the cruise. We're gonna have 2 people on board, 100 pounds of stuff, and we're gonna pick up fuel out of the tanks here. Execute. And in terms of in terms of squawk stuff, 6504. PCAS test was completed.
ATIS and clearance.
We have clearance, and ATIS has been reviewed. Well, hasn't been reviewed, has it? I'm lying here. So I'll go AOC corporate, not departure clearance, ATIS. And we can't push back. We have to read the thing in order. So winds are 2802. So that's definitely very 28 right departure kind of territory. So 2023 gusting 30. 10 miles, few 1,000, few 20,000. Meter is 2986. Temperature is 17 and dew point 0.08. That is remarks. We're having departing runway 2 at right and left. Digital approaches in use. VFR departures. Contact clear story advised on course heading, altitude, and flight following is requested. Read back all runway runway summons and hold short instructions. Advise on initial information Kilo. So we've got Kilo, which was published at 2356 Zulu, which is about 30 minutes ago. 2986 for the altimeter. Was flying to Europe previously, so I have to swap you over. 2986. And also on here, 2986. Good stuff. And 2986 is on the right hand side. We've got initial. So we'll go runway heading here. We are clear to 10,000 except follow the SID, or climb via SID except maintain 10. Are there any speed restrictions coded on the SID? No, there aren't. So that means we'll go speed 200. Good stuff. So that's us. Message log. Yep. Obviously, it'll maintain 10, expect 390 after 10. Wonderful. So ATIS and clearance has been checked.
FMS flight plan, wind update, perf.
So flight plan is uplinked, perf is initialized. We will put in the temperature here. We will also do a wind update. Route menu, flight plan recall, do a wind update.
Takeoff data.
Takeoff, so go perf, takeoff. Will we take credit for the wind? You know what? I'm going to say that we are allowed to. I'm going to be my dispatcher today. I'm going to say that our operation permits that. So 280 add 22. No gust factor increase. And we're going to the right. Headwind at 23 knots. A little bit of crosswind from the left. No big deal. Dry runway. Dry slope. And we will not take... I'll execute the data link winds. I will not take full length here because at San Francisco it is common to shoot you off of the intersection here, off of Echo. Now normally you'd be given a takeoff run available distance by tower. I don't have that, unfortunately. So I'm just going to sort of eyeball this. We're going to say 5,000 feet is what we're going to have available. Really, we don't need even that much, so it's less than half is what I'm basically counting on here. So yeah, if I just go ahead and put in that I've got 5,000 feet of runway with a headwind of 23 knots. Yeah, we still are able to do it perfectly happily. Max takeoff is almost MTOW, almost maximum structural. 24% of CG. And the speeds are looking good. V1 112, 121, 130, 149. Go ahead and send that off. Good stuff. Climb performance, we've got no issues. Let's go ahead and quickly review that departure.
Avionics and charts.
Avionics and charts. So we've got charts set up. Avionics, we're on Rose mode up here. We've got ICAS, VNAV window, and LNAV window, and FMS2 navigating. And this guy needs to be in Rose mode.
Flight instruments.
So flight instruments, 283 indicating heading of 283 initially. Actually, no, 284. It's going to be the initial heading. We're almost along with the runway here. FMS1 navigating up to 200 knots, 10,000 with Columbia SID, and 2986 on the meter. 2986 on here, and also we have no caution messages up on here either. Number 283 indicating, FMS2 navigating, 200, 10,000, 2986.
Hello, Captain. It's Jenny from Hot Start Flight
Departure
Support.
briefing.
Your passengers have arrived. Shall I have them brought to the plane?
Yep, you may bring the passengers.
Understood. They'll be there in a couple of minutes. Anything else?
That'll be all.
Always a
Thanks.
pleasure. Take care.
So that means I got to prepare the cabin quick before they get here. 1, 2, and 3. There's a lot of windows on this thing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cabin is ventilated, so that's all good. Get all the snacks in order up here. Check that the bathroom is fully stocked and ready to rock and roll. Towels in place. Alrighty, and we'll turn on the house lights just to make it all inviting, and we'll throw on the fasten seatbelt signs. Cool. Departure brief. Right, so about the departure. So it is a reasonably involved departure. Not too bad here. See the inset. So the initial track, 281 actually. Is 281. This is 284 to 420 feet, and then 281 to Senzi. That's distance 6 of SFO, so I'm going to actually throw on SFO VOR on the left here, and I'm going to take bearing data here from VOR1. And we should be receiving SFO, good stuff, way to DME. Then it's a left turn, heading 203, matches, to intercept Seagull. So it's actually, it says whammy on here, but actually you're supposed to intercept. Track, see, radial 228 into Seagull. No, hang on. Distance 33, 151. Ah, right. Ends up being about 155 down here at Seagull. Interesting. But it is into Seagull. Then Cyprus. And so the altitudes are 2,500 or above at Senzi. 16,000. at Seagull, Cypress 220 or above, and the rest of the way is explainable. Passengers are here. Let's go ahead and greet them. That's just 2 people on board today. No big deal. Hey, 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 hey. Sit yourselves down.
Hello, Captain. Hope you are doing well today.
Yep.
Great. There's nobody else coming along today. So as far as we're concerned, we're all good to go.
All right, sit down, buckle in, don't bother me with it. And if you want any sort of snacks, serve yourselves. And here's the entertainment system. Have fun. And also enjoy our wonderful safety announcements, as we are required by law to play them for you. Okay, so Cypress, Mickey, and the rest of the route here, if we just quickly go over that. Ta-da! Go MFD Advance, 2 waypoint, Senzi, intercept to Seagull, to Cypress, Mickey, and then Los Angeles, and then the rest of it is the arrival into San Diego. Wonderful. So, departure brief is accomplished. How are we looking for gradients and climb radii here? We've got 3,500 feet MSA in our direction of flight, and our direction of departure. Terrain is rising to that in that direction, so we definitely will need to accomplish sufficient climb gradient. Let's see, radar required, DM required, turbojet only. Do they talk about gradients? Initial climb, routing, climbing left turn. This requires takeoff minimums, and what sort of climb gradients? Okay, ground speed. We need 351 nautical feet per nautical mile, for 60 feet per nautical mile, depending on our speed. Rock and roll. And that's just translating over into, it's translating feet per nautical mile into FPM values, which is understandable. Do they speak about which ones are required where? Yeah, let's assume the higher one that is the one that we need. Hang on. Oh, no, there we go. If we had left and right 351 feet per nautical mile to 1,300, which we can quite easily punch in here. So we'll go, we've got a level off height of 1,500 feet. And we are able to go, we do a 723 foot per nautical mile climb gradient, single engine, no big deal. Required climb gradient is 351, 351. Ta-da. Plenty climb performance. So let's go ahead and send that off.
Emergency procedures.
Reviewed.
Pins, covers, chocks.
Okay, pins are on board, covers are out, and chocks is only in the nose wheel. That will leave that in for engine starter. Hey Martyr, welcome.
Cabin lights, water heaters,
There's a
light
setup.
department checklist complete.
Okay.
Passenger signs.
Alright, that one is also done.
Engine start checklist. Doors.
Closed.
Closed. Parking brake and pressure. Checked and set. Fuel quantity and balance.
Is checked sufficient for flight.
Beacon.
On.
On. Fuel boost pumps. On. Ignition.
Hey.
Armed. Engine 2 start.
Okay, get me started, baby here. Okay, we are okay to start number 2. Start number 2. Okay, timer. Light should be on, and it is on. There's 20% less than 120 and one turn-in. Fuel's coming in. We got oil pressure already. And there's a good light off. Everything going according to plan. Somewhat warm. Somewhat a warm starter. Warmer start. Somewhat high temp. Or
Fuel
higher
system.
than standard. Okay, fuel system check. 1 and 2. Lights out on the starter. So left and right fuel pump.
If there are any questions, please do not hesitate to ask your flight crew.
Alrighty, and we've got fuel left fuel low pressure.
Engine 1 start.
Okay, ask for ground crew to give us a clearance on engine number 1 start. And we've got clearance, start number 1. Lights on. Timing. Looking for 20, less than 120, N1 turn, and fuel's coming in. Fuel's in, light off. Hey, Joers, welcome, welcome. And peak is slowing down, which is good.
Engine start checklist complete. After start checklist.
Okay, engine is stabilized within 30 seconds. That's all very good. After start checklist.
After start checklist. Generator 1 and 2.
So we'll go ahead and throw on generator 1 and a 2.
Checked AC and DC.
And DC as
Ignition.
well. Is everything is looking where I want it to be.
Disarmed. Packs. On. 14th stage. Open. Cowl anti-ice. On. Check 45 seconds. Flight controls.
Flight controls check. A nice square. Right and a left.
Ground spoilers.
Ground spoilers. Disarm. Auto. Arm. And this back to auto.
Flight spoilers.
Full. And back.
Cowl anti-ice.
Here's green advisory message on.
Supplemental ground wing.
Not gonna
anti-ice.
check.
Fuel balance.
Is checked.
Trims.
R 6.0. Actually going 5.6. There we go. 0 and 0.
No steer.
Is armed.
Armed. APR.
Is coming. Number 1. Number 1 test okay. 2 test okay.
ADG unit.
And light goes out. Good.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice.
Not gonna bother.
Cowl anti-ice.
Is out.
14th stage isolation valve.
Skip 1. There we go. So wing anti-ice on. 14 stage isolation. Good.
Wing anti-ice. Checked. Off. ATS.
Yes.
N1 TO. ATC TCAS.
Ta-ra.
TARA. After start checklist complete. Taxi checklist next.
Good stuff. We gotta go talk to ground. So 21.8, we are at signature. Actually, before we start moving this thing, pull the chocks out, buddy. My feet on the brakes, so we're not gonna roll over the guy. Taking the chalk out of the nose wheel there. Sweet. So, give my flash that we're gonna start rolling, and we're gonna start rolling to the left here. We are gonna be just a signature here, short of kilo. Rock and roll. Brakes off. Brakes have been released. Need a little bit of power to taxi today. Yep. So check steering left and full right, and brakes are good. Okay. So we need to contact 21.8. And if you have to rework this for the beta, so frequencies you now have to kind of enter properly. You can't just mash them in there. And towers 120.5. Tower 120.5 is what I'm going to set over here, and our departure. This would be done by my first officer usually. So I'm kind of having to wing this quickly. Departure for 135.1. There we go. And so we are over almost by kilo. San Francisco ground, good afternoon. November 650 Charlie Lima with information kilo at signature ready for taxi.
For 650 Charlie Lima, San Francisco ground, runway 28 right, taxi by Charlie, cross, runway 19 right, 19 left, Charlie.
28 right via Charlie, cross 100 left and right at Charlie, and we are actually able intersection Echo departure 650 Charlie Lima.
0 Charlie Lima, roger, intersection Echo it is.
Intersection Echo then, 650 Charlie Lima. Alrighty. Clear left and right. Let's go. Yeah, I have to. Sorry, TCAS climb. You didn't miss much. It's just me taxiing. The usual stuff. I'm gonna take synthetic vision on PFD. Because why not? Shall we... What sort of flight director style should I use today? What do you guys think? I don't need terrain on this side here. I prefer having decluttered traffic there. So
Taxi checklist. Taxi lights. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice.
Let's do cross. We don't need wing and cowl anti-ice.
Brakes and steering.
Need to
Reverse
check.
thrust.
Let's do a quick check on the reverse thrust. That's checked. And I'm gonna take the cross pointer today. How about that? One of my brakes dragging again. Let me just quickly check here. Probably. Cabling is pretty dodgy on this thing. There we go. Thrust reverser
If
checked.
taxiing the DI,
Nope.
flaps. 20. Altimeters. Set and cross-checked. Radar weather. On. Takeoff briefing.
Yes, straight ahead, then left, hang a left at the first waypoint here versus 6 miles SFO, which I have displayed on here. And that's it.
Taxi checklist complete. Before takeoff checklist next.
If there's any trouble in that direction, we are safe up to 3,500 feet, all the way out to the ocean. After that, it's, you know, sea level, it's ocean, so that is going to be our minimum, which means 3,500 feet is going to be our sector minimum in that direction. Any trouble. And we need 351 feet per nautical mile up to 1,500 feet. We can do 700 feet, no problemo. Speeds are posted, everything's ready to go. Alrighty, tower is 120.5. We got that set in. 135.1 for departure is set in. On COM 1. Here is Echo. Get the before takeoff
checklist. Passenger signs. Advised on. Anti-collision light. On. Probes. On. Windshield heat. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice.
Not required.
Continuous ignition. On. ATC TCAS. TARA. Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel. Checked. CAS. Takeoff config OK.
In a sec here, buddy. I'm just going to call tower. San Francisco Tower, November 650, Charlie Lima, short of 28 right at Echo, ready for departure.
650 Charlie Lima, San Francisco Tower. Good evening, runway 28 right at Echo, clear for takeoff. Wind 270, 23 gust 30.
28 right at Echo, clear for takeoff, number 650, Charlie Lima. And that was us getting kicked from the CP of DLCs, so there's a clear runway. Departure end is clear as well. ATC message and service. That is explainable. And for takeoff thrust, we're looking for 90.6.
Landing, pulse, recog lights.
TO config OK was observed.
On. Before takeoff checklist complete. After takeoff checklist next.
So let's go. ATS is coming on. Looking for 90.6 on the speed, or on the throttles there. Hey, Giant Uni. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, been a while. Let me just throw these guys on here. I can feel the wind. There's takeoff thrust is set. There's 100 knots already. And we've already passed V1 and VR. Wow, that was fast. That headwind, buddy. How's it ready to climb?
Zero Charlie Lima, connect NorCal departure.
NorCal departure, 650 Charlie. Alrighty. And autopilot's coming in because I got a lot of stuff to do. So there's NorCal. And above VT, flaps are coming up. Gonna lower the nose here. Bumpy today, bumpy. NorCal departure, November 650 Charlie Lima, passing 2,700, climbing via SID, accept, maintain 10,000.
650 Charlie Lima, NorCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190.
I maintain 190, 650 Charlie Lima. Alrighty, so there's climb, maintain 190, so we'll go speed 250. 190 in the altimeter it goes. Wonderful, wonderful. Engines haven't failed yet, so after takeoff checks.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear. Up. Flaps.
No. Tucson Tower, hello,
0.
Southwest 1254,
Thrust
short of
reducers.
11 miles.
Off. Ignition.
Let's have a look at that turn there.
Off. Pressurization.
2,500 above.
1254 Tucson Tower, runway
transition.
101 left. Clear for takeoff. Wind
We're going to leave the
3305.
seatbelts off for the time being, and I didn't push LNAV there.
Completed. N1. Climb set. APU generator. Off. APU. Shut down. Passenger signs.
We'll leave them on.
CAS.
Is clear.
After takeoff checklist complete.
Grand
Everything
Junction Ground,
else
Challenger
is explained on here.
650 Charlie Sierra, base of the tower with hotel ready taxi.
650 Charlie Sierra.
It's the
Grand
famous
Junction Ground,
chalet
runway 29,
jet.
Taxi by Alpha, hold short runway 22.
290 Alpha, hold short 220 Charlie Sierra.
It transports some fine French-Canadian poultry. Is what I hear. Okay. There we go. Established in the direction we need to be headed in. So speed 280 above 10,000. Lights are coming out. And with this nose attitude, 7.5 degrees nose down. I'm actually going to take the synthetic vision off because it's not really doing anything for me here with the C. So, less than 7.5 degree nose attitude, we can take the speeds out. But you have the co-pilot checklist in non-radio voice. Well, it's because it's literally a guy reading it next to you, I guess. On these jets, you usually fly with one ear cup off and you just talk to each other, so you don't have to use the intercom if you don't want to. So, intercept is coming up soon. Do we have any constraints? Yep, no we don't. 16 or above and 220 or above. 16 or above is going to be easy to meet. We're going to make that no problem. Expecting my handoff here momentarily. So I'm going to keep on legs. And I can take off the San Francisco VOR out of there.
Southwest 1254, connect Tucson departure.
Alright, over to departure, Southwest 1254.
And there's our turn coming up.
650 Charlie Lima, connect Oakland Center 127.45.
2745, 650 Charlie 1. But you can still use the abbreviated form 2745. Oakland Center, November 650 Charlie Lima, 17,000, climbing flight of 190.
650 Charlie Lima, Oakland Center, good evening, climb and maintain flight level 390.
I'm maintain 390, 650 Charlie Lima.
Southwest 1254,
Alrighty.
Tucson departure, radar contact.
So there's transition altitude. And 390 is going to be our final for today. Setting that in there. Link up the head and bug, and I'm expecting. In fact, I could give VNAV speed control now to
650 Charlie Sierra, Grand Junction Tower, taxi on runway 22, runway 29.
checks
clear
for the speed
takeoff.
here. 280. And there we go. Beautiful turn on that radial. We rolled out within 0.02 nautical miles. So that's like 2 airplane widths, basically. With such a high-speed turn.
Delta 3,
Something like 45 degrees.
454, crest level
Pretty good, eh?
350.
Even with the wind.
Delta 454, climb and maintain flight level 35.
Can I get a tour?
Climb maintain flight level 350.
Tour of the airplane. Oh, somebody forgot to turn this off. In fact, what we can do is we can give these guys a more comfortable cabin here. So just close this guy off here. Alrighty. What is simulated? Oh, you haven't been around, have you, John Uni? A lot is simulated. Just quickly jump back here in the seat. There we go. Pretty much flies itself from here on out. It's gonna go automatically. I have a ENAF set up. It will do this automatically at level 336 anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it there. But yeah. Toto check. Checklist Toto's fault for not switching the refuel panel off. Absolutely, yeah. It is the other guy's responsibility. Oh, there's a friendly aircraft carrier stalking me again. Bye. And off we head. Seagull.
318 Golf, Lima, San Jose, clearance clear to the Auburn
We've
Airport.
got a 16 orbit Seagull. We're going to be already above the next one as well, so I don't need the speed and altitude constraints displayed for the time being. They're just in the way. Alrighty, lovely stuff. There's actually a descent constraint shown on here, legend. I might need to remove that. It shouldn't show while we're in climb, so I'm going to take a note here, don't show. Descent
Southwest 1254, connect Albuquerque
on
Center,
FD window
134.32.
while in a VNAV climb mode on phase. Here. And yeah, I really haven't been around. Well,
650 Charlie Sierra, Denver, departure.
Welcome back, Uni. How you been? What you been up to? Fuel-wise, we are plenty. We've still got more fuel on board than we needed for departure, so. Or I kind of overloaded about 1,000 pound extra.
Southwest 1254 Albuquerque Center, good evening, climb and maintain flight level
Bumpy.
360.
Alright, up to 360 for Southwest 1254, good evening.
Yep. Good old X-Plane turbulence.
Delta 454, take a final of 370 available.
I left my X-Plane folder up. It's really hard deleting years of work and like 20 terabytes of data.
650 Charlie Sierra, connect Denver Center, 127.
Oh, what you been up to? Or have you left a flight something behind?
Denver Center, Challenger 650, Charlie Sierra, 13000, climbing 14000.
650 Charlie Sierra, Denver Center, climb and maintain flight level 400.
Climb and maintain flight level 400,
Yeah,
Charlie
I'm
Sierra.
going to take turb mode on here, so it's a little bit mellowed out. Seagull Passage. There we go. 16 or above met. Plenty. Just about 1 mile to go to Seagull. There we go. Less than 10 seconds sequence. Cyprus. I love how a lot of people think that if you don't have full mode VNAV and climb, or if you don't use it, somehow it's like less than fully featured VNAV or something. I don't know. Do those people not know that VNAV path, or sorry, VNAV speed on a Boeing is essentially this? I'm sorry, this. That's VFLC is the same thing on Challenger. It's VNAV speed in Boeing speak. So yeah, we do have full mode VNAV if you want it. I don't bother. Waiting for SAR work. I've been busy with that development and implementing new SAR tools. My years of mapping with X-Plane made it easy.
Delta.
An operational leader for search and rescue missions. Oh, interesting. Important work. Good, good, good. Good work. So, as it comes through 336, it will go into Mach. Actually, you know what? I'm going to swap over to Mach 7H climb right here. It would actually go to Mach 0.80. I should have gone 275 Mach 80. Yep. VNAV uphill, even in the big jets. I mean, if you've got the climb constraints, I mean, sure, throw it on and use it to control your climb constraints so that you don't bust through them. But I mean, if you don't have any at or below constraints, VNAV speed on a Boeing does the same thing as FLC here. Found a girlfriend with her full setup for game and creative room swimming stuff. Oh, I see. Are we getting an engine failure somewhere along here? Should we? That'd be interesting. The man, the myth, the legend. Indeed. Oh, gotta see that ADG in action. Okay, okay, I see. I see how this is gonna go. You know what? Dual generator failure. Why not? That'll be fun. We could do that, yes. So let's do that then. Get it down. Let's just do some planning because we're going to be on an arrival. Actually, we should be able to follow the arrival with
Delta 454 connect Salt Lake Center
power only. So
3577 Delta 454.
let's go ahead and set that up. Edit failures. 24 ELEC. And we can go ahead and you will trigger at an altitude.
Salt Lake Delta 454, 370. Delta 454, Salt Lake Center, good.
Let's say 21,000 feet. And you will trigger at an altitude of 20,000 feet. Gotta see that ADG in action. Yes, sir. In fact, what I'm going to say is we've got an operative APU as well. That'll be 49 APU. And... oh, well... so even if we wanted to start the APU, we couldn't. Other than that, the airplane will fly fine, but will be ELEC power only. So there's 1,000 feet to go. I'm going to switch this over to vertical speed, and we're going to speed back up to Mach 82. Vertical speed down to 1,000 feet per minute. That's enough.
08 Golf Lima San Jose Tower, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Has the baggage compartment simulated? Not yet, DJ Spina. You know. We'll get there. I've turned a little bit too much. There we go. Altitude select, hold. And speeding up to Mach 82, we're gonna go perf. Cruise speed limit, or cruise thrust limit, so 97.0. And the ATS is gonna pull back to that setting. So Uni, you want to see what's in the, what's simulated pretty much everything? I mean, you saw the failure manager. We didn't simulate the coffee maker yet. It's modeled up, but not functional yet. But eventually. Once we get to frivolous stuff. And the wash basin, this thing is functional. As well. So we can go ahead and, I mean, during daytime it's going to be a little bit difficult to see, but now you're able to play around with the lights. PSU accent lighting. That's these guys here. Cabin floor accent lighting. Seat accent lighting. So that, you know. Hey, good stuff, buds. Welcome, welcome. The ton is gone, yeah. Turn on the hot start coffee cups. So for instance, when you're, you know, flying at night, you want to give your passengers time to sleep. You're going to turn off the downwash lights in the cabin. Upwash is going to go to minimum brightness, and you can turn on the lower accent lighting. So that would basically make it slightly darkened out, but sufficiently so you can still see. I think because this is engineering level. Yeah, pretty much. So this is like the frivolous stuff. The doors are all closed. Temperature control through the cabin, and this does actually affect it. Now, John Uni, which you're gonna like, probably, assuming you're still here.
No.
Actually, let me turn back the lights back on, so I'm not like a complete idiot here. There we go. Now what you'll notice is, see how my head is shaking? That's not an extra plugin, that's part of the airplane. And this walk around mode. You hear my footsteps and stuff. You can sit on the lab.
456 here at Charlie Eugene, ground clear to the Seattle airport. Eugene, 1 departure. Radar vectors, battleground VOR. Status filed.
But everything in the airplane is physically simulated, so if you go to the study menu here, I know a lot of people get impressed by this. So yeah, there you go. And this is actually thermodynamically correct. If you hold your mouse on anything, it'll explain what it is you're looking at.
60 Charlie, read back, correct.
So that's, you can check my math if you want to. There's no sleight of hand, nothing covered up. You can go ahead and check everything. You can check the cabin environmental conditions inside. Again, this is physically simulated, so gas flow, heat exchange, all that stuff. And again, you hold your mouse on it and it'll tell you what it is.
1973 Romeo, Fresno approach.
Then what do we got here? We've got our cutesy little pressurization system, or pressurization control. So these are your pop-out outflow valves. Again, hold your mouse on anything and it'll explain what it is. This one was a doozy.
970 Romeo, Roger, squawk
How do you explain what a cabin
3064.
altitude limiter is in like less than a full page? Oh yeah, differential pressure limiter, pop-up valve,
Right, Golf, Lima, NorCal,
balance
departure, radar
section or
contact,
actuator
maintain
chamber.
5000.
Here's the balance section. Electro-pneumatic valving, cabin pressure controller. What else did I do? Here's our little friend, the APU, who's shut down right now. And what else? What else? The bleed system. 10th and 14th stage systems, because the Challenger is fancy and it has 2 of everything, obviously. So why the hell not? Ta-da! And what else we got in here? FMC positions, so how the FMCs determine their own positions. What sort of input data they take, so they'll take GNSS, VOR, DME, DME synthesis. Sensor inputs. They'll merge those together to correct the inertial reference systems and come up with a positional solution, which right now is basically following the GPS sensor, because that one's the highest integrity sensor we have.
Number 650 Charlie, Lima, connect LA Center 133.2. Good night.
133.2, 650 Charlie, may take it easy.
See you, man.
133.20. Los Angeles Center, November 650 Charlie, my flight level 390.
November 650 Charlie Lima, Los Angeles Center, Roger.
Well, that guy sounded a little bit tired, but sure, whatever. Here's the inertial reference systems, and they are all, again, physically simulated, as in they don't... None of the systems have secret knowledge about the outside world. They all have to basically grab sensor data from their real inputs, and then... Or they have to grab sensor data that has noise, and because the inertial reference system, the only inputs that it gets is basically its gyro and accelerometer rates. Then it has some air data inputs, and GPS input optional. So these 2 are optional, only used to correct some outputs of the inertial refs. And once they have the gyro and accelerometer data, they have to perform the proper gyro compassing math to figure out which way is north and where they are located, and they have to follow themselves as they fly. So right now, actually kind of performing a little bit poorly because of the wind. Horizontal error is 1.2 miles. Figure of merit is 1.73 miles, so we're still within navigational precision requirement, but it's just barely. It's a little bit crummy, to be honest. So their figure of merit is, yeah, there they are, IRS 1, 2, and 3. 3 is best. He's a little bit closer to us, and IRS 1 and 2 are, yeah, on the outer edge there. It'll, over a long enough time, it'll renormalize itself. And these are the DME corrections and VOR DME corrections. And the solutions are shown as these markers. So every time we get a measurement update, it recomputes, the FMC recomputes a new position. And with that, it also recomputes the figure of merit of each of the solutions. And then that gets mixed into a correction vector for the inertial reference positions. And finally, that gets synthesized into final FMS position. So even if we lost GPS, even if we lost VOR and radio corrections, we'd still have everything rocking and rolling pretty well. They wouldn't lose sense of their position right away. In fact, let's simulate that. I can do that quite easily. I can simply tell it not to do that, not to do corrections. So we'll go ahead and disable GPS 1 and 2. GNSS is not available. And our estimated position uncertainty has jumped up to 0.19. It was previously like 0.01. But it's still using radio nav corrections. So The FMS position now slowly gets shifted over to where it thinks the solutions are for the radios. In fact, the airplane might start to steer a little bit to the right or to the left. Hang on, it's shifting to the there. Yeah, it's just such a small correction, it's barely visible here. And we can make it even worse. We go VOR DME control. We'll disable VOR DME correction use. You'll see we now only got the DME solution, and we can kill that too. And now we are in fully inertial mode. And you'll see now the EPU is going to start rising up because it starts disbelieving in its own positional solution slowly over time. Because it doesn't have correction data anymore. It's slowly going to go up. So we're currently at 0.22. And it's soon going to be 0.23. There it is, 0.23. And it's going to slowly drift upwards. It still has some drift data accumulated for the IRSs, so I'm going to try and keep the drift data in sort of line, but the trustworthiness of our positional solution is going to start declining pretty rapidly.
5191 traffic 12 o'clock, 8 miles opposite direction, SR22 at flight level 230.
So theoretically would still be RMP 0.3 capable, but not for very long. In a few minutes we'll be out of there. Now the position will probably not drift off too far from the airplane, but at this point you do not have a way of checking because I've basically told it not to do that. 0.26. So if I leave it like this, FMS number 1 or FMS number 2 still is 0.01 because he's got full GPS and INS corrections available to him. I didn't disable those, so he's still got VOR DME use enabled and GNSS enabled just fine. In fact, he has full SBAS capability, SBAS precision approach mode capable. So we've got SBAS vertical and horizontal solutions available. HPL, VPL, perfectly fine stuff. And we're in the WAS coverage area, which we also dynamically fetch. So this is currently we are there in the WAS coverage area, and we are there in the WAS vertical solution area. That's where the integrity that the WAS network's providing. The horizontal solution or the horizontal integrity is much higher, has much greater coverage. For example, you'll note that Hawaii doesn't get covered, so do not have LPV available at Hawaii, only LNAV, VNAV approaches and RMP approaches. The exact situation in RMP but switch to other autopilot FMS. No, TCAS. Normally you are basically going to be the worst of all. They are basically meant as a cross comparison to each other. So RMP 0.3 I think requires that you have two independent systems that are capable of RMP 0.3, which in this case would not be the case. But good thing is, generally, unless you are super far away from any VOR or NAVAID anywhere, you would typically still be able to get VOR corrections down to RMP 0.3 capability, because VOR at close range is sufficiently accurate. So now we're EPU 0.32. Let's have a look at where the position is at this point. It's slowly trending away from us. It's less than 0.1 miles away, actually. But this is, for our purposes, this is just study information, so the FMS does not know this. This is just for our benefit. But yeah, it's slowly trending up. 0.35. Actual error is 0.08. 0.8, 0.9 maybe nautical miles away from us. The final FMS fused position. And if I go ahead and re-enable VOR DME corrections, ta-da! It will have to retune the station and confirm ID reception, but as soon as it does, But it has VOR and DME confirmed. It does take a while. In fact, it might take a couple of minutes for the thing to basically come back to its senses after disablement.
Los Angeles Center, hello, Southwest 1254, flight level 360.
1254, Los Angeles Center, roger.
So it's not yet received the tone ID. That's why it's waiting. It's not using the solution yet. But it hasn't computed a figure of merit or anything like that.
Arrival, Burbank altimeter 2974.
Then via the Janney 74.
And it probably is waiting for the DME audio. That one takes about 30 seconds. There it is. Oh no, it actually... Oh no, it didn't retune yet. It only retunes it like once a minute or so. There we go. Avenal. And corrected position. We're down to RMP 0.28. You can see actually our cross-track deviation changed a little bit. The autopilot's going to steer to correct for that. So that is VOR DME. Now if we enable DME, it'll tune the new DMEs momentarily. Pretty soon. And then we're going to get another solution on here, and the FMS is going to basically sort of cross-mix between the two, depending on their figures of merit. So right now, VOR DME solution is 0.273 nautical miles. So final FMS position is rounded up always to the nearest 1/100th of a mile. So 0.28. Yeah, you can see it's pretty well within the rings of the solution. That IRS alignment here on IRS-2 is kind of crummy.
And Center Southwest 1254, request.
Southwest 1254.
Yeah, Southwest 1254, we just had a VNAV disconnect. We're going to need to descend below flight level 240.
Is that VNAV?
1254, roger. You said you wanted to descend now to maintain flight level 240.
If we can get below 240, that'd be great for Southwest 1254.
Top of descent or something?
Roger, descend and maintain flight level 220.
Alright, descend and maintain flight level 220 for Southwest 1254, appreciate it.
Okay, momentarily it's going to tune the DME stations. In fact, again, we can observe it doing that on MFD data VOR status. It's going to show the ID on here. That's the desired ID, and then the received one is the actual station ID that is received over DME. And it's not going to use the station until it has confirmed that DME ID reception. Come on, buddy. You can do it. So far only off of one VOR. Top of descent's at about 100 miles, so I gotta start thinking about that soon. Oh man, I messed with it. It takes a few minutes for it to sort itself out after disabling. Normally, you don't ever touch this. There they go. Okay, so retune DMEs. And momentarily, one is received already, and the other one, there it is, and there's the solution computed. And about equal
Center, Challenger
merit.
650, Charlie Sierra, flight level 400.
About equal merit right now, so the final combined precision is higher than each individual one. So we are now RMP 0.14. Pretty neat, eh? Just based on radio corrections. Alrighty, and let's re-enable GPS as well, and that'll pull right on top of the airplane. There it goes.
Number 650 Charlie Lima, descend via the Comics 2 arrival to San Diego, altimeter 2981.
Send via Comics 22981, 650 Charlie Lima. Alrighty, so we should go ahead and fetch some weather.
Service 154 to Cindy, the Hollywood 1 arrival now, the LA altimeter 2977.
So index
2977
data
to
length
send via the
ATIS.
Hollywood 1 arrival for Southwest.
Return. We'll go ahead and actually request ASAN. So ATIS Sandio Lemberg, it is information Gulf. So G is received at time 0051, which is about a half hour old. So we've got 230 at 0, a gusting 18. We got 10 miles, we got few at 1500, 1914, altimeter's 2981. And let's see, we're arriving departing runway 27, that's standard there. Visual RNAV and localizer approach 27 in use. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery, advise on course heading. Follows request to read back all runway hold short assignments and instructions. Positive contact, you have information Gulf. Wonderful. So, that out of the way, let's go ahead and prepare the arrival. Bearing in mind we won't actually have the... Now, I don't think the IFIS, the file server unit, is available on emergency power. Anyway, we'll be coming in over Los Angeles. Marvel. No speed or altitude constraints. Spidey. Gambit. Legend. 15 and 190. So 15 and 190. Comics 12 and 15. Flash. Lantern 2309,000 or above. X-Mans 7 or above. Cloman is 6 and 210 on the speed. NATO 6,000. Expecting visual. So the visual is basically just a base turn. There's an actual charted visual procedure there.
124.85.
Sweetwater visual.
2485 to Quebec.
So that'll be like that. And I'm going to throw on some fixes for that. So, Sigi. And also O'Kane.
122 Quebec, Los Angeles Center, roger.
Off of O'Kane, we're going to be coming in 90 degrees to it. That'd be 275 minus 90 degrees. That'd be 185, wouldn't it? Actually, the reverse of that. So plus 90 degrees. That'd be 005. Radial cross. Let's bring that up on here.
LA Center, Challenger 0 Charlie Sierra. I'm going to disconnect here. Thanks for your help.
We're 0 Charlie Lima, roger. Have a good night.
0 Charlie Sierra, but thanks.
I'm sorry, we're 0 Charlie Sierra, roger.
So, Cloman. Off of Cloman. And it's going to be 095. Radial, that's going to be our visual.
454, Los Angeles Center, roger. Descend via the Chow 2 arrival.
And Sigi
left transition to Vegas altimeter.
actually going to paint an extended runway center line on here as well. So runway 27 reference at San Diego, and it's going to be 095 radial cross. There, that is our visual. And we want about 4,800 at this corner here. O'Kane is 36 or above. Sigi 2,500 or above.
That's 3121.
It's going to be a visual procedure anyway, so. Weather is good. No problem at all. We've got few clouds.
356, cleared direct to Lang.
Yep, we got few at 1,500. Other than that, it's perfect VFR weather, so no big deal. Disappointed with the waypoint names. Yes, it didn't. Yeah, absolutely. Those are epic. Beautiful, beautiful waypoint names. Alrighty, other than that, I'm going to punch in VNAV. We're now V altitude select. We've been cleared via the Comics 2 arrival. Means we could roll the pre-selector all the way down to 6,000. Once we're a little bit closer. We've still got 50 miles to go to top drop. 46 miles, 6 minutes. Do I want to do the full Emer power arrival? We actually should have all hydraulic systems available, so it shouldn't be any trouble with the approach speeds or anything like that where we need some kind of special approach configuration. The APU, actually APU is inoperative, so steering will be a problem on the ground. We'll see where we go. Worst case, I'm going to disconnect and handle it from there, but we're going to be down to tank steering at that point. So yeah, once we come off that runway. Runway wise, runway 274 arrival. Preferably if we can make Charlie 6, but the touchdown point is very tight, so that might not happen. It's a very long displaced threshold. If we planted near the numbers, perhaps.
Sounds 5191 contact.
Some hard braking, some thrust reverse. We might make Charlie 6, but generally I make for Bravo 7.
1 Southwest 5191, get in.
So yeah. Them's the brakes. Cool.
November 90626 Charlie, Santa Barbara approach, squawk 1623. South is 3121, contact LA Center 134.65. November 90626 Charlie, radar contact 15 miles southwest of Fellows, contact LA Center 135.5.
Restream is memory to live stream and JavaScript coding for coworkers. Well, Private Simpile, that's fascinating streaming content.
South is 5191 Joshua approach, roger.
Absolutely. Go for it.
2975.
Proudly hold that flag.
LA Center, Piper 90626 Charlie, with you at 7,500.
9626 Charlie, LA Center, roger.
Just quickly check the frequencies for tower should be 18.3.
That's
Yep.
3121 LA
18.3 ground, 23.9. Good stuff.
220, 3121.
Ta-da-ta-town. Just Mach 0.82 in it. We're casual, no problem at all. So I'm going to punch in Mach 8.2 for a cruise speed so it knows. And then I'm going to go perf and resume Mach 8.2 on the cruise speed. So it's now under FMS control speed. Coming up close to our top drop here in a minute. 15 miles to go. That matched the progress data. Not quite. I need to check why it's computed incorrectly. 37, that's it's about a minute away. Boy. It is about a minute away. Yeah, less than a minute, less than 2 minutes basically is what that means. And if I go ahead and have a peek at the data buses here, so LFMC1 says data label 273, beginning of time to top of descent 73 seconds. So it's going to drop down below 1 minute in a moment here. 65. And there's 60 seconds. That's now showing 00. That's correct, so it's less than 1 minute. It's just showing full minutes. Check altitude selector. Yes. So we've been cleared to descend via Comex 2. Bottom of that arrival is 6,000, so it's going to go to 6,000. We've got path mode armed. Rock and roll. Ta-da-ta-ta. There's 5 seconds to top a drop. And November 650 Charlie miss out of flight level 390.
Roger.
Alrighty, with the top a drop, I'm going to go back here and get these guys set up for the arrival. So everybody, sit your asses down. In fact, I'm going to turn off the seat accent lighting and stuff, not necessarily during the daytime. And yeah, just doing the arrival now. So pretending that I don't know there's going to be a power failure, we're going to be landing with some terrain around, so we're going to turn on the synthetic vision system. Back on. I usually turn it off at high altitude, or especially when I'm over water, because it doesn't really provide any extra information. Okay, our target is currently Legend between 15 and flight level 190. That is repeated on here. 15 and 190. And the FMS is flying nicely through the keyhole.
So this 5191 contact, so
We can quite easily confirm that if I roll this up to between 15. Where's the bar? I need to actually expand the range a little bit. So see there, Legend and the arc there from a pre-selector. So we're going to pass Legend at about 18,000 feet between 150 and 190. And after that, it is Comex 1, 2, and 1, 5. And if I place the marker right on Comex, I might need to descend a little bit steeper. Actually, it's kind of all over the place right now, because we're bumping about still, and we're going to actually start slowing down, so a bit too far away to be looking at it right now. That's okay, we've got magenta altitudes here, so that means the FMS is going to comply with them.
2405, you have a good evening.
In fact, it's further reinforced by the fact that we've got an Alt V here instead of Alt S. That means we will capture, if we come up to a constraint that needs to level off, then it will capture Alt B mode at the pre-selector, at the constraint. There we go. Enhanced skyscapes is good.
November 650 Charlie Lima, contact LA Center 128.6.
128.6, 650 Charlie Lima. LA Center, November 650 Charlie Lima, descending through flight level 313 on the Comex 2.
Number 650 Charlie Lima, LA Center, roger. Set 1254, SOCOM approach, hello, information, Juliet, current, advising you, Juliet, at,
and what we can do here for Lindbergh, we can go ATIS request, and we'll do auto updating. If there's a new ATIS that's published, it's still Gulf, so no change. But if there's a new ATIS published, this will automatically fetch it for us, and we'll get a notification about that.
C356, contact Joshua, approach 126.1.
It's coming up to that hour where there's going to be a new ATIS momentarily, so 0056. The previous ATIS is from...
2356, contact Joshua, approach 126.1.
Is from... Actually, 00... No, hang on. Am I flying real time? Yes, I am. I should be. Check. Yeah, we're tracking real time. Where are we? Now that's... Be 015, whatever X-Plane is saying is real time. It really isn't real time there, buddy. Or is it?
2356, so correction,
I need to check
approach
that.
the
Why is it?
Palmdale altimeter 2975.
Yes, that flight UTC time off by 1 hour. That's weird. No. I'm looking at the flight timer. Oh, damn it. I'm an idiot. It's 0142. Okay, yeah. So it's going to be ATIS in about 10 minutes. Well, 15 minutes. I would say that it's late night and I'm kind of tired. Staring at the flight timer thinking that it's the current UTC time, even though it quite clearly says flight on here and UTC down there.
3121 descend via the JN85 arrival, the Palmdale altimeter 2975.
Descend via the arrival 2975, they're doing 21.
Alrighty. So Gambit and Legend at 15 or thereabouts, and meter is 2981. Select that, prepare that, get that in here as well. And I'm gonna set it up on here. It's about 29.8 there at sea level. About there. Cabin is depressurizing, so it's all good. Radios are tuned and over. And we're just carrying on our merry way down the hill. Going on a sequence from Gamma to Legend. Am I satisfied that it's going to be between the constraints now? So we've got the marker on Legend. That is between 15 and 190. It's all good. Sweet.
Got a 454, contact Las Vegas approach 125.6. 256, Delta 454.
So it's about to get exciting.
Delta 454, Las Vegas approach low at Preno, Cordell, left for my 26 left approach.
Some stuff. Gen 1 off. Cancel master caution. Generator 1 is offline. Got generator 2. We're below 25,000 feet, so go ahead and try to start the APU here.
75191, turn left heading 0. Correction, turn left heading 1 and 3,000.
Alright, that's a problem. Beaver power only.
Airport is 9 o'clock, 10 miles.
Be able to get the autopilot back in, and we do. Get LNAV, VNAV path, Alt V. So far we are on path, but we're definitely down to EMR power only at this point.
650 Charlie Lima, contact circle approach 119.6.
Circle approach 119.6 and be advised we have to declare emergency. We are down to a single AC power source for November 650 Charlie Lima.
0 Charlie Lima, understand the emergency declaration there. Contact approach 119.6.
Approach 119.6, 650 Charlie Lima.
5191, you at the airport inside 12 o'clock, 10 miles.
Hey, from inside 5191.
5191, clear visual approach runway 8, contact Burbank Tower 118.7.
Okay, switch over to...
over to town 187, 5191.
More stuff dinging at me here. APU SOV, APU pump. So APU appears to be kaput. It's not coming on, not turning over. Circle approach November 650 Charlie Lima 17,000 descending via the Comics 2 and advise we have emergency single generator. We're currently on emergency power only. We are able to continue RNAV for now, but we prefer a visual approach into San Diego 650 Charlie Lima.
650 Charlie Lima, SoCal approach, Roger. Hotel is current. You can expect a visual approach runway 27. And whenever you're able, I need the souls on board and fuel remaining in minutes.
Roger that. We'll go ahead and grab hotel. We have 4 souls on board and stand by for the fuel. So we've got 3,400. That's approximately 1.5 hours. And 600 Charlie Lima has about
9626 Charlie, contact Bakersfield approach 118.8.
Hey, 2 image route. Welcome, welcome. Spicy time. Yes. And that guy's just right back. And 600 Charlie Lima has about 90 minutes of fuel on board.
0 Charlie Lima, Roger, thanks. Advising you at the airport in sight.
Wilco, 0 Charlie Lima. Okay, so now we're back out of auto thrust. So with emer power only, we only have emergency, or we only have manual power. Let's do a flyby with the ADG out, eh? Guard your ears, so I'm gonna go outside.
Or 9626 Charlie, Bakersfield approach, ND is current.
Alrighty.
Altimeter 2967.
I normally pull out a QRH and do stuff, but hey, IntelliFX, welcome, welcome. But other than that, let's assess our situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the APU here. Got APU, generator 2 off, inboard outboard brake pressure, but we've got engines running. And if we go ahead and check the hydraulics, we wanted into a hydraulics seem to be functional. We don't have pressure monitoring. 3B hydraulic is operational, so number 3 hydraulic is available. All is well. We even have TCAS available. Right hand side air data system is unheated. Aux AOA vane TAT static probe. Right static heat. Right static base heat. PFD crosstalk fail. Yeah, his side is off. EFIS comparator inoperative, and generator 1 is inoperative. So I'll go ahead and kill the gens here. We don't need him anymore. For the time being, I'm going to box the rest of the CASs here. Failure generators. Maybe. I might have done that. Other than that, I've got to be here on power duty. So
Delta 454 Heavy at Relin, contact Las Vegas Tower 119.9.
So we're down to manual thrust, but other than that,
Southwest 12.
airplane's flyable.
Kobe, contact LA Tower 133.9.
Descending on VNAV.
Alright, at Kobe we'll contact Tower 33.9 southwest.
So everything up until here is... Does the ATG have minimum speed? Oh yeah. ITG's in fact does. And to make sure, normally if you had a didn't have auto deploy, then you have to pull this lever here manually all the way back.
1 Piper 9626 Charlie.
But if we observe right now, ADG is powering only HC Essential Bus. DC is only powered through the AC Essential Bus. ESS TRU1 is powering both battery and DC Essential buses. EMER and battery is available. So other than that, we're perfectly fine. Normally this is a land ASAP condition, which is okay. We're already on approach into San Diego. We have to brief the passengers. The cabin entertainment system is now inoperational. It's all dead back here, so the coffee maker on Essential Bus. Unfortunately, it isn't. Now, there is a consideration for gear deploy. We don't want to go less than 160 knots for gear deploy because that puts a lot of strain on the hydraulic system. So, we'll go ahead and deploy gear early, at least 180 knots, just to be sure. And once that is all sorted out, I'm going to pull power now back all the way to idle. Get that speed under control. We've got a speed constraint coming up here at Cloman of 210. That doesn't look very... Do we have radio number 2? We're going to take the ICAS over to here. Do we have charts available? We probably don't. Oh, we do. As a cache to charts. Cache the airport chart, not the arrival. Doesn't have the arrival chart. It does have the arrival, not the approach. Anyway, well, actually, I didn't select an approach, so who cares? So, ground, and actually I want to look at ATIS. So I don't have number 3 CDU, that's all powered off. So keep the speed up. 134.8. Let's see if we have number 2 VHF. We might not. Let's go ahead and disable cross-side tuning, and no, COM2 is kaput. So 134.8. We would have to tune over the main radios to get hotel. How do you set up charts? I haven't been able to get them my options. DJ Speedo 4, you have the option of either Navigraph, FA, or auto router charts, and your choice which one you want. For auto router, for Navigraph, you basically just check
November 0 Charlie Lima, descend to maintain 4,000 and advise any at the airport.
Descend to maintain 4,000, just passing through a cloud layer 650 Charlie, we'll call the airport. Okay, 4,000. Vertical speed 1,500 feet per minute. Go ahead and pull speed back to 210. And yeah, we can't get rid of that rattle.
November 355 Alpha Lima contact.
The airport should be off our right wing here.
Going to 118.
Those clouds are not held in.
Thank you. 355.
And for charts, all you have to do is go into user settings here into networking, check the Navigraph chart box, and as soon as you power up the avionics, it'll prompt you to log in. So VNAV is coming off, so that we will not be constrained by VNAV anymore.
South is 3121, contact Joshua, approach 126.1.
126.1, 3121.
Still on the arrival here. We've been cleared down to 4,000. Let's go ahead and try and drop below this cloud layer here. I'm fully idle there. Well, this is barely looking like few, 1900 or 1500 or whatever it was. There's the right turn onto NATO. That cloud is definitely not very helpful. It's not at all what the what the ATIS says that it should be. Bio, what the hell did you do with my clouds here? That's just 8 miles.
November 0 Charlie Lima, flighting 180 and descend to maintain 3,000.
Heading 180 and down to 3,650 Charlie. So let's get that heading going. And down to 3,000. 180 on the heading here. Speed is coming back to 180. I'm going to take flaps at 20.
650 Charlie Lima, turn right heading 240, and the airport's 3 o'clock now, 8 miles.
Right heading 240, looking for the airport, 650 Charlie Lima. Speed 160, gear down. You hear how the ADG got strained there. Anti-skid is checked. Alright, and the airport's gonna be right over there. Airport's inside 650 Charlie Lima.
650 Charlie Lima, cleared to approach runway 27, contact Limburg Tower on 1.3.
18.3 and clear visual 27, 650 Charlie Lima. So, 18.3 is going in. Now, before we land, there's a few items that we have to accomplish. So, flaps 30, autopilot's coming out. Limburg Tower, November 650 Charlie Lima on the visual for runway 27.
Number 650 Charlie Lima, Limburg Tower, runway 27, clear to land.
27, clear to land. Clear to land for runway 27, 650 Charlie Lima. Okay, and now I'm going to also go ahead and kill that flight director because it's not really providing any useful information to me. There's an item we have to do before we land. So, actually, first officer is currently offline the automation, so I have to do it basically myself. We have to pull the ADG deploy handle out fully to prevent the ADG from, when we land, from killing our displays there. Should have punched in some arrival speeds. Not really a good pilot here, am I? And send those speeds in. We're gonna clear to land.
454 Alpha 7.
Lights are
and,
on.
Delta
And thrusters are armed.
Delta 454, cross runway 26 right at Alpha 7, ground point 1.
Across 26 right Alpha 7, ground point 1, Delta 454.
Pretty sure synthetic vision is not available with EMR power only.
Bakersfield
no,
Tower,
it isn't.
Piper 90626 Charlie's 2 miles west, runway 30.
Number 26 Charlie, enter left downwind 30 right, runway 30 right, clear to land.
Left downwind
Seatbelts
30
on.
right, runway 30 the right, cleared to land, Piper 90626 Charlie.
Still seeing 3 whites.
Southwest 1254, cross runway 24 left.
4 whites.
Turn left on Echo and taxi to parking, monitor ground. Alright, crossing 24 left and
Does
left
the
on
HUD
Echo
work?
to
No, it
parking,
doesn't.
Monitor ground for Southwest 1254.
HUD
Thanks
is
for the help.
blank. There's one red. 2 reds. And you can hear the ADG strain in there. Maintain power. If I work the flight controls very heavily, it can actually get fairly slow, so that's going to be spicy on the landing there, you'll see.
454, Las Vegas ground, join Charlie to park.
So we are stabilized there, 500 feet. We are just about on speed there, a little bit over. That's good. 2 whites, 2 reds, gears down, flaps 45, and thrust servers are armed. Don't want to get too slow, and we're going to lose the ADG into flare. You'll hear that. In fact, what I'm going to do is just for funsies, so you can watch the thing. It's already straining. You can watch the frequency of the ADG drop as it stalls, basically. You know, even with me playing around with the flight controls here, that is straining the hydraulics. Okay, power's coming off. No radio altimeter callouts here, so we have to give ourselves our own 50, 40, 30, 20. There we go. Thrust reversers out. And there's Charlie 6. Bearing in mind we won't have nose wheel steering. Yep, we don't. So tank steering it is. So now we're down to basically castering. There's Charlie 6. Yeah, steering is quite fun this way.
Charlie, taxi via Charlie to parking and monitor ground. Have a good night.
Taxi via Charlie to parking and monitor ground. 650 Charlie, good day. Hey, I keep trying to steer with my feet like it's going to make any difference.
7415 Victor, LA Tower, I'm a 25 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff.
Oh man, X-Plane steering is real good.
Config flaps.
Yeah, X-Plane on castering barely works. Basically have to be going a decent amount of speed to make the thing work. Alrighty. Getting a crosswind here, which is probably the thing throwing me off, so I'm gonna increase power on the left here. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna split the throttles out here. There we go. But that was too much. Man, I'm steering like a drunk. Come on, airplane. Give me left. Left. There you go. Man, I have to rework the castering code, because this is garbage.
355 Alpha Lima, clear to enter Bravo airspace, runway 27, clear to land.
Like I'm full right brake here.
Land, 35 Alpha Lima, thank you.
And it's still giving me, I mean, I am giving it right throttle. Probably didn't help. Alright, differential throttle is off the books. I need to call tow.
26 Charlie, taxi via Alpha,
Yeah,
parking,
might need to.
frequency.
So let's go ahead and clean up the flaps here, clean up the spoilers. What do you mean flaps fail? Why flaps fail? Oh right, yeah, we don't have AC power. Oops. Yeah, that would explain the flaps fail. Yeah, because we are now down to guard your ears. I'm gonna go outside so you can see. Why do you turn left when I'm giving you... Why do you turn right when I'm giving you left brake? Come on. That's the problem, basically. We don't have AC power. Okay, here's our turn. So in we go. With a decent amount of expedience.
7415 Acres, ready to contact and leaving Bravo airspace. Contact Sunset approach.
I'm pumping the brake basically a little bit. Do I even have any hydraulic pressure left in the brake system? We don't know. That is a problem.
7415 Acres,
Kind of play around here with a brake accumulator, hoping that we were.
Confirm the assigned altitude.
It's kind of dumb, to be honest.
Climbing to 7,500.
Hey, Jenny.
Maintain
Hot start
2,500.
flight support. Jenny
Until
speaking.
clear, Bravo
How
airspace.
can we help?
Yeah, Jenny, we're gonna need one of these.
Understood. We'll have that ready for you. Anything else?
And you can go ahead and pick up our
Understood.
passengers.
We'll have that ready for you. Anything else?
How about we park right in front
Always
of
a pleasure. Take care.
you? Front of your lovely door, right there. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna call it Right here. Good enough. What an exciting flight. Let's give the engines about a minute to cool off. All that high power running.
Zoom on altitude.
Chill and fly. Yep. Okay, so this guy... No, we actually do need this. Huh. How are you alive? Oh, right, I was on data link, and data link is not available. CMU is kaput. Number 3 FMC actually might be available. Actually, I think all 3 FMCs are available. It's just the CDU here isn't. So theoretically, your right-hand side, we could switch to FMS3. And we could have full visibility into what we're doing, but even this is sufficient. It was just that we didn't have data link available because the CMU is powered off. Alrighty. I said timer. God damn it. Oops, yeah, I power cycled this, buddy. Bit of an oopsie. How are our IRSs doing? They are essential DC power. So they are okay. They're actually all drifted in the same direction. Wow, that's unusual. GPS is available. Both GPSs are on essential power. Satisfied with the BNAV and chill guys and those that want abnormal stuff in this stream. Indeed. Okay, so we've got about a minute of cool off time on these engines, so gonna be a pretty brutal shutdown. Actually, these guys are not required anymore. It's not like they make a difference because they are not powered. And we got EMR lights on because we've lost AC power. So let's have a chat with the buddy there on interphone. So get your headset on, please.
Ground to cockpit.
Okie doke, so.
Roger.
Get the chocks in, please. And where's my AC power? Is Jenny still coming with it? Yeah, it's still not here. So we're gonna, you know what, actually makes no difference since we are DC.
Ground to cockpit. Chocks are in.
Thanks. We are already on DC power anyway, so we can go ahead and kill the engines. Ooh, helicopter. Oh no, sorry, it's a 172. That was a helicopter. Yep. Engines are shutting it down. Let's get that out. Beacon off. I got the AC power ready to rock and roll, so let's go ahead and talk to...
Go ahead, cockpit.
Oh, you've already got it plugged in. Wonderful. How's the hydraulics for the nose steer? Oh, we just powered on. And the ATIS system has returned. Hey there, buddy. Stop auto updates. Wonderful. So now we can go ahead and cycle the flaps up. There they go. Okay, parking brake can come off. And let's do the securing check.
Engines taxi after take descent check in before landing after engine shutdown checklist. Taxi lights.
Yep. Off.
Off. Parking brake.
Is
reverse thrust.
Is
stowed. Generators 1 and 2. Off. Engine 2 shut down. Fuel system. Engine 1 shut down.
Yep.
Check ITT anti-ice.
Is
Off.
off.
14th stage. Off. Beacon. Off. No steer. Off. ATC TCAS.
Is that can actually come back. ATC TCAS is standby.
Parking brake if chalked.
Yes, there
Passenger signs.
are off.
Cabin differential. 0 PSI. Engine shutdown checklist complete. Securing checklist next.
So how is that for an exciting flight? How's that for a slice of fried ass, as they say? And
Our ride is here. Thank you, Captain. Always such a pleasure flying with you.
Well, probably
Have
not.
a nice rest of your day.
Yeah, probably not today, but we'll pretend that it was a lovely flight anyway. So, yeah, everybody take care. I'm sure you're going to love that flight and you're going to totally book with us again. As this, he didn't quite hit the building. Almost, not quite. Although you could have walked, but whatever. Alrighty, so APU switches are coming out. Those are coming out. So the APU is definitely very, very dead. Let's go ahead and fix what we broke. We're going to clear all the active faults. Now the APU ECU still thinks that there's faults in the APU, so we're going to have to go ahead and reset the thing. And that is done from the outside of the airplane. Reset faults, please. I'll do a functional test quickly. Alrighty, that seems to me like a good run. Not gonna push this button, that actually kills the thing. 46 hours on that AP. Let's just kill it from the outside view, why not? And there it goes. One thing I'm also going to do, you see we don't have a straightened out nose wheel, so take the chocks out. We still have the hydraulic through pump running, so we'll go ahead and throw on the nose wheel steering here. And what you'll see, as soon as I do that, is the nose wheel steering system is going to activate and pull the nose wheel straight. So go and bring up the forward pedestal. And as soon as I switch this guy on, there. And put the chocks back in. Now, this guy here. Have to rely on him. And that we need to stow. Normally this is done by maintenance. So for the time being, let's go and do that ourselves. Yes, you do need to align the marks in reality, but we have an automatic system where we'll do that for you. So as soon as you click on the item, restow the air-driven generator is going to do it for you. Let's get a nice view of that. And it's staying in. Good stuff. Good stuff. Love it. Let's see. Go ahead and close up the airplane. But you hear the whining noise there. That's the hydraulic 3A pump. Yeah. All the way. There we go. Close that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Even the entertainment system came back on. Kind of unsure where we are. But whatever. What about this guy? Yeah, he's back to functional mode. Take the lights. How are we looking on the cabin lighting? Okay, this is all off. And also the engine oil, of course. That's what we got to check. Have to climb back in here next to the APU. This time the APU is running, so it's not creating a bunch of noise. And engine oil tanks are still full. Push to test. Still both lights indicating full. I'm happy there. The tank is actually back here. Okay, we managed to land the airplane more or less without bending it. That's a plus. Let's go ahead and secure the airplane.
Secure and checklist. Emergency lights.
Off.
AC/DC utility switch.
Is pushed in.
Headsets.
Or off.
Thrust reversers.
Off.
Chocks.
Are installed.
Parking brake.
Released.
Hydraulic pumps. Nav lights, logo light.
Out, out.
APU generator.
Is off.
APU start stop.
Is off.
Packs.
Are off.
LCV, 10th stage isolation valve.
These are both out.
APU power fuel.
Is out.
ICAS APU gauge.
Is not displayed.
Battery master.
And for that, we're going to go ahead and pull a few things. Yeah. Good. And for that, I'm going to also pull the AC power.
Cockpit refuel panel.
Now we'll just complete the rest of the items here.
Service lights.
AP battery or battery switch off.
Pins and covers.
Pins and covers we're going to get once we're getting out of the airplane.
Secure and checklist complete.
So, bye-bye, good night, Challenger. And we'll go ahead and tell these guys that they can disconnect the power.
Ground to cockpit. All vehicles are disconnected.
Yep. Okie doke. So with that, go ahead and pull the thing and shove the thing into the thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect from PilotEdge, and we'll have to pin the nose gear, landing gear, and all the other good stuff. And guess who forgot to open up the nose gear bay? It's not going to work for me, is it? Power off. Of course it isn't. But hopefully we'll still have enough accumulator pressure in there. I'm not going to have to call back for AC power, which is going to be dumb, but Is the nose gear open? Yes. Aha, still had enough hydraulic pressure in there. Just barely.
Nose door.
Yes, yes, yes. Now we can finally close that door. So cover, 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 cover. And here we're going to go ahead and pin the nose gear, pin the nose door, and ADG. And it's going to go ahead and be closed. And then there's cover, 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 and the right main pin. Sweet. So airplane shut down. We landed without incident. Airplane's all in one piece. You can hear the metal clanking. But the engine is still hot. But yeah, you're ready to go to bed, and so am I. So everybody, quick question, if you maybe have a minute to spare. How does the nose door bay pin work? What exactly does it pin, so to speak? I don't see anything in the model. So it's not modeled right now, but I gotta get Goran to model this up for me. But there's an actuator that goes through here. Then there's a translating arm that goes over to the other side, and that goes into here. And there's a hydraulic actuator right up there. So it basically locks that system in place into an open state. So unfortunately, right now you kind of have to use your imagination, but there's a bunch of cross links in here that do the thing. Just not, yeah, it's not yet part of the 3D model. Okay, so that out of the way, let's go ahead and head into the FBO, and they'll park up the jet somewhere. Get the whole thing sorted with the generators. And yeah. Oh yeah, difficult day at the office today, but yeah, see you, Jenny, and enjoy your little engine model. Bye. And everybody, folks, bye as well. Bye-bye. See you around, folks.